Once upon a time, during times of Gautam Buddha, there lived a rich merchant in the town Saraswati. He had a very beautiful daughter named Patachra. Many young men were attached to her beauty. Her parents used to lock her up in the upper chamber of their house so that many men may lay his eyes on her. Patachra, however, fell in love with a servant of the household. The merchant had found a rich young fellow to be wed to Patachra, but on her wedding night, she ran away with her lover. They fled from their village and made a simple living by doing menial labor. After some time, Patachra became pregnant and she left for her parents' house with her husband to deliver her child, as they did not have a proper arrangement for the delivery of the baby. However, she gave birth to a child on the way, so they returned home. After some time, Patachra again became pregnant. They again left for Patachra's parents' home to deliver her second child. They had to travel through a dense forest to reach her maternal home. On the way, a great storm broke out. Patachra started to have labor pains. Her husband went in search for firewood. While he was chopping firewoods, a poisonous snake bit him and he died right there. Ignorant of all these things, Patachra gave birth to another child in the desolate forest. She spent whole night protecting her children from rain and waiting for her husband. In the morning, she went in search of husband and reached a place where her husband was lying dead. Seeing her husband dead, she was blown away with shock. Now, grief-stricken, Patachra started walking towards her parents' home with her children. On the way, there was a river that was full in spate due to the monsoon rains, and it was impossible for her to cross the raging river carrying her both children. So she left her older child on the bank and crossed the river with her newborn baby. Once she crossed the river, she left her newborn baby there and went back to fetch her older child. When she was in the middle of the river, an eagle swooped down, grabbed Patachra's newborn baby and flew away. Seeing this, she started to panic and scream. Hearing this mother scream, Patachra's older son thought that she was calling him, so he jumped into the river. It was not possible for a small kid to cross the raging river, and soon he drowned in the overflowing river. Patachra kept screaming but could not save her child. Having lost both her children and husband on the same day, she lost her mental balance and started to cry in deep agony. As she narrated to home for her parents, she met a local resident from the village. Patachra told him about herself and asked about her relatives. The man was dumbstruck after he heard her story. After much pleading, he told Patachra how the previous night's downpour had destroyed her parents' house. Her entire family had drowned in the flood. They had been taken to burn their funeral. The smoke that you see coming from the west is probably from their funeral pyre. After listening to this, Patachra was totally broken. This last tragedy totally broke her heart. She lost her mental balance and started roaming naked around Saraswati. She was crying and waiting like a wounded animal. Seeing her naked, people would scold her and drive her away in anger. It happened that one day she reached Jatavan town. While wandering, and there lived Gautam Buddha with his disciples. While wandering, she was reached a place where Buddha was preaching. She started going to Buddha by splitting the crowd. People started stopping her This created a noise in that place. This noise and wailing of a woman caught the attention of Gautam Buddha. Buddha stopped the people and instructed them to let her come to him. Patajra reached Buddha in a naked and insane state. She had no sense and behaved like insane. Buddha looked at her with compassion and said, "Sister, come to your sense." And as if a miracle happened, she suddenly came back to her sense. And as soon as she regained her consciousness, she was realized that she was naked. She was embraced and sat down to cover herself. Buddha gave her one of his robes to cover her body. She wore the robe and laid prostrate at the feet of Buddha. She narrated her tragic story to Buddha. In the presence of Buddha, all her agony simply evaporated. A new calmness and peace descended upon her. Buddha said, "Just as you are shedding tears for your children and family, now you have shed tears in the countless lives. The amount of tears humanity has shed for being separated from their loved ones is greater than the amount of water in the ocean. Death and separation are the hardest rules in the world. Don't destroy yourself in the morning. Father finds out the way to be free from the bondage of sorrow." Hearing these words from Gautam Buddha, Patajra achieved the state of Sotapanna. As per Buddhism, Sotapanna is one of the 4 stages before one attains enlightenment. Then she took initiation from Gautam Buddha and became a disciple of Buddha. And it is said that eventually she became enlightened before she left her body.